Good morning, internet. Welcome back. Now, we have actually got a lot going on at the moment. We're probably only about 4 or 5 days away from starting harvest. We've had a couple of days in the mid-30s, hot northerly winds. It's cooled back off for a couple of days, and then we're going to get more of the same next week. So, as I said, we will probably be harvesting in about 4 to 5 days. The race is now on. We're trying to get everything organised, finalise everything so we can get out in the paddock and actually get started. I got a list of things that I want to try and get through today, so I guess I'll just run through a few of those with you and yeah, we'll see how we go. Field bins. This one here got reversed into by a truck. I'm halfway through welding in a couple of new uprights on it. That way that will be ready to go and we'll be able to use that during harvest, because at the moment, well, it previously only had 2 of the uprights missing, so probably not very safe to fill with grain. That's going to be one of my jobs today. I'm going to get into that, sort that out, get that fixed. More field bins. These should all be alright. Just want to go around, check the tyre pressures, make sure they're all good to move. That way they'll be ready to go at harvest time. We can fill them with grain. I've already cleaned them out, so they're nice and clean, ready to have grain put into them. Our old chassis bin. No, it is not very attractive. But this here we just dump out in the paddock while we're harvesting. We harvest straight into this. Gives us about 40 tonne of storage. Just need to grease it, check it over, make sure the chains and the belts are tight, and then I need to get the tractor connected to it. The air seeder needs to come off of the tractor. Need to get this all disconnected so we can connect that green tractor, the 8310T, up to the chassis bin, so that's ready for harvest. The header, or combine, depending where you are, whatever you want to call it, header here. Pretty well ready to go. I've just got one bracket left to put on the front here. It was broken, so I just welded that up, patched that up. Need to put some geometry measurements into the auto steer, so that's all right. Probably a couple of grease nipples still to hit, but other than that, that should be just about ready to go. And I've got to sort out this wheel angle sensor. Yeah, the installation of that didn't go so well, so we ended up bending one of the arms. I got to go pick that up. We just had to get a bead of weld, alloy weld run over it, so I got to get that back on. We'll do some calibrations, then this machine should be ready for harvest. So, with all that being said, let's get into it. What do you think? Should we get into it? Let's make a start, mate, come on. But first things first, this morning, my brother and my dad are actually moving about 1,000 sheep and lambs back down here for some vaccinating and weaning. So I need to go up and block off one of the roads so they can actually get those sheep back down here without them taking a wrong turn. So I'm going to head up there and do that now, and then we'll come back and get into some of these other jobs. So this is my job. I just got to sit here and block off this road so we can get the sheep to funnel down straight toward the house so we can get them to the yards. But there is quite a mob of sheep coming down, probably well over 1,000, so just want to make sure we get them going the right direction, otherwise it's going to be a hell of a mission to change. That is a big mob of sheep. Still coming. Alright, looks like that's the last of them. That is my job here done. So instead of going straight back down that back road, I think I might go through the town, and get myself a coffee, because I did not sleep well last night, and it's not even because I have a 10-week-old baby. It's just because I didn't sleep well. So I need some go-go juice. And I might have mentioned it before already, but the reason they're being moved back down is to wean the lambs or separate them from their mums. The lambs are getting pretty big already. If you don't separate them from their mums, they'll never stop badgering them. So we'll separate them, we'll give them a vaccination, and send them on their merry way. Coffee. So, as I was saying, this bin got reversed into. I welded on this upright yesterday. I got this one here to go on there, so I'll get busy welding that bad boy on there, and yeah, we'll get the tyre back on, get rid of this thing. Well, they certainly aren't the world's most beautiful welds, but they'll do the job. Well, that's that done. Thank goodness. And I think it's about midday, so time to go have some lunch, I reckon. Alright, now that I've satisfied my cravings to eat everything in the house, it's time for me to go and find something else to do. So let's keep moving, eh? So I think I'll take a bit of an easy job straight after lunch there, and we'll just go grab the little portable compressor and go around and check all the field bin tyres, make sure they got plenty of air in them. So if we need to move them during harvest, all we do is connect straight up to them and we're good to go. Okay, all those tyres are done now, so that's one more thing checked off the list. They should be right to move if we need to move them during harvest. So I guess I better go find something else to do now. Next job, this thing. The weld cracked along the top, and then this bit here separated outwards, so I've had to repair that. I'm gonna have to run into town though to get a couple of nuts and bolts though to make it work again, because it kind of broke a little bit. So quick trip into town and then we'll get that on. Another job off the list then. Emergency call. We have a horny Mr. Ram who decided he wanted to get in and visit the ladies, so he's jumped the fence, and we've just got to go get him out of there, because we don't want any lambs. Naughty, naughty boy. Okay, so I mucked around with this, got the roller back in there, and I went to go put it back in, and I am a little bit disgusted actually at how it's lining up. It sits down in here, pretty hard with one hand. It sits down in here and rolls along there, but the problem is my bolt holes are out by about an inch or more. So I'm not really surprised that that bracket broke, but I don't really understand how I'm supposed to get that aligned better. Oh dear, that's going to be fun, isn't it? I'm going to have to get some help over here to do that, so I might have to come back to this job. There's no chance, absolutely no chance that I will get that on there by myself. Oh, the joys. So after a little bit of off-camera thinking and a bit of help from my good friend Mr. Crowbar here, I realised that when you place the crowbar or pry bar down under this whole the deck here where the mat runs, you can actually lever the whole thing up. So that bracket up there is actually a lot more important than what I was thinking. So it actually supports this the whole draper mat and the whole deck here. So yeah, it's in there now. I just got to tighten it. So whew, I'm glad that I figured that out. If we're going to put the chamberlain on the chassis bin, where do you want to put the feed mixer for now? Because we'll have to clear that other shed out if you want to put grain in there anyway, won't we?
Yeah, the ninth best place for feed mixer at the moment is probably right over on the Menu Road.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think I'll just go and get the chamberlain and disconnect the feed mixer and just do that for now, because I'm going to have to get that stuff out of there anyway.
Okay.
Alright, no worries.
Alright,
see ya. Alright, change of plans. We're not going to take the 8310 and put it on the chassis bin. I'll go over, we've got an old chamberlain. We don't need a big tractor really like that on the chassis bin anyway. We just need cheap horsepower there to load trucks. So we're just going to leave all this connected at the moment because it's an absolute pain to get disconnected. And I'm going to go get the old chamberlain. I'm going to drag the feed mixer, put it in an old shed over just over the hill here. It's about a 5-minute drive away, so we'll go do that. We'll go see if the damn thing starts first, because there's a good chance I might need to get some jumper leads or something like that. But we'll head over there, see what we can do. The old glory, the old chamberlain. Made in Australia, these old things. Oh yeah, straight away. Fire it up, you beauty. Let's go get rid of this thing. I might just let this run for a few minutes. I'll go get some rags and things because it's all covered in oil and crud at the back, so. So yeah, that shed that I've just backed out of anyway, we have to empty that shed out because we'll be putting barley in there in probably about 4 or 5 days time. So I was going to have to get rid of this thing anyway. Good opportunity to get rid of this bloody feed mixer over the road, and we'll use this tractor instead. Quick crop inspection. While we're driving past the barley, we might as well have a quick look, eh? These heads are all starting to tip over towards the ground now. So when they start doing that, that means we are very, very close to harvest indeed. Yep, they are rock hard now. Man, they've changed a lot over the last few days, or the last week. They went from being almost soft probably about a week and a half ago to this, so yeah, she's very, very close indeed. Probably 90% of those heads have started to tip over now, so woo-hoo! She's going to be all go here soon. Well, it's become quite apparent to me that we have a bit of a fuel leak at the front here, so the fuel tank is actually right at the very front on these things, so yeah, I might have a bit of a look at that before I go connecting anything up to it, because if we can sort that out before we connect up to anything, that's probably going to be more ideal. Would you just take a moment to admire Old Glory here? I mean, that is the definition of style and comfort right there. But in all honesty, guys, it's heading towards 5:30 at the moment. Did not get as many things done today as I wanted, but that's just how it goes. You always run into problems out here when you're farming. Nothing seems to go to plan, so I'm just going to walk over the road and grab that old ute and then call it a day, go see the family. So I just want to finish off and say thank you very much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Everybody take care, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.